Заборев проекто да го направам. Не. Let's make this. Okay. So, the dynamic of action. What is it? It's a book written from two authors, those being David Birch and William James Atkinson. So, the latter proposed the idea that every human has an inherent drive to do something they want to do. For example, going to the gym, doing their favorite sport, eating, sleeping, watching TV, enjoying the outside, going outside, things like that. So he proposed the idea that most, if not every person, does daily activities due to intrinsic or intrinsic motivations. Well, David Birch, on the other hand, proposed that the emotional states that later were officially named emotions by the study of psychology. He discovered at least that emotions were the main driving factor behind intrinsic or intrinsic motivation, forcing us to do what we want to do. So they point out that theory consists of the time part and the human part. So what does that mean? Well, the human part means that we, as the subject, the humans, are a puppet for our emotions to control us to do whatever our brain fits as motivating. So for me, it could be running 10 miles. For someone else, it would be losing weight. For someone else, it could be watching their favorite show over and over again to excite them. While David Birch said that our emotions guide us. We've seen it plenty of times in movies or series where characters are driven strictly by emotion and don't think rationally. And in my opinion, that part of the theory is correct. Most people do tend to think of emotion and then rationalize it with chain of thought or more wise decisions after they've clearly done it in their head with emotions. For the core concepts, the time part, I forgot to mention, is also the part where they say that the theory only takes place in a singularity in our mind's reality. So what does that mean? They say that the theory states that most people only tend to think in the heat of the moment. So if someone is pressured, they will think more irrationally rather than rationally because their emotions are taking advantage of them when in reality they should be taking advantage of their brain's intellect. In most studies, this is the case where, for example, hunger, when we are not saturated, does tend to increase our want or need for food. When we are sleep deprived, we cannot think straight. When we are thirsty, our mouths tend to dry more easily, and our brain confuses that with hunger. So for that part of the theory, it stays true. But for the problematic part of the theory is that I couldn't find enough information about it. There's only one book that's only like 60 pages long, and I had to buy it off a website which is considered lost media or archived. So sorry if I didn't have enough information about the topic, but I did use some AI to help me or assist me in this case to make a better, more blatant plan so it doesn't just look off or just feel off. I would still like to say thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this part of the video. Hvala ви пак за вашето време што ме слушавте и дај Боже да има ученици со подобри презентации од мене. Нека има среќа на другите. Пак навистина фала ви за вашето време и ќе се видиме во следното видео, ако има уопште едно. Не ме забаваш, имаш еден.